Welcome to online class. This is Srinivasan from Department of Management Studies. We are going to discuss about derivatives. So, when we speak about derivatives, we always wonder, what is a technical term? So, is that highly technical term? So, it's very simple to understand. So, in this 10-15 minutes, we're going to understand what derivative is. So, the first basics of derivatives, let's start with understanding what is this particular product is all about. Derivative is an instrument, that is a contract, whose value is derived from the value of an underlying asset. The underlying asset can be of one or more underlying asset. So, the value, let's say example, we have gold derivative contract. So, that particular gold derivative contract is one particular type of contract whereby the value of that particular contract is derived from its underlying value of gold. So, here the underlying asset is gold. So, derivatives are widely used in developed financial market to speculate on securities, on commodities and also on currencies. So, this is also a product which is used for hedging. Hedging means, now you understand, just reducing the risk of investments. So, in our completion of the class, we will be able to explain about what is the hedging also. So, what are all the classifications of derivatives? Derivatives, we have two basic classification. One is financial derivatives, other is commodity derivatives. Under financial derivatives, we have basic and complex. What are all the basic? We have forward, futures, options, wrap and convertibles. Under complex, we have swaps and exotics. So, these are the various derivative contract under financial derivative contracts. Now, we'll get into some history of derivatives. When we speak about derivatives, we should not be wonder where it has started, where it has been known. So, now we all know Chicago is the place where derivative born. But even later, the history says derivative contract has been even more later. So, the origin of derivative contract is not that great clear at present till now, but rather it has been believed that it has been here from 12th century onwards from England and also in France. There are some records of derivative contracts in Japan. So, before the 17th century, so like Doji rice market where people were trading on rice. There was some information, but there is no particular validity for that particular information. Now, this is one particular derivative contract market traders certificate. So, this certificate is available online. Anybody can go through, download it and see this. Then when this derivatives was started and widely being accepted by people in 1898, so butter and eggs are being traded in Chicago market. So, that is the primary, we can say, the evidence which we have for derivative contract. So, the dealer of butters and eggs were being exchanging their contract in Chicago Mercantile Exchange, that was only on future trading. Then it was later, it has been expanded to other products like pork, live cattle, hogs, feeder cattle, all those products have been exchanged. So, you know, derivative is not started in financial, it was started on livestock. In 1972, the division of this CME, that is Chicago Mercantile Exchange, has accepted international money market which was formed for trading in foreign currencies. In 1982, Department of Mercantile Exchange further it introduced this S&P stock futures, which is allowed to trade in stock futures also. So after that, New York Stock Exchange came, London Stock Exchange has been also, Toronto Futures Stock Exchange, and Singapore International Monetary Exchange has also started to trade in future contract. So further to the history, in 1980, the Chicago Board option market started to trade in S&P 100 and S&P 500 stocks. So these are the background of derivatives history. When it comes to derivatives, why we need to trade in derivatives? So the forward trading agreement were formed to buy and sell food grains in the futures for actually delivering in that particular predetermined price. We'll discuss more in detail. So what about Indian history? So India joined this league of this particular exchange traded derivatives in June 2000. It was started very latest in only 2000, but now you can say in India is the number one trading country which has lot of derivative contracts and more value being traded based on the number of contracts traded. So when future contract was introduced, this was introduced basically in both the exchange, NSE and BSE. So Sensex incorporated with 30 stocks was started to trade in 9th June, whereas in Nifty 50 scripts derivative contract is started to trade in June 12th. But over a period of time, you all know that NSE been overlapped and they have been doing one good things, good volume, and it has surpassed the BSE. Now the wider Indian people are investing in National Stock Exchange derivative contracts. So further, we also have commodity derivatives. So it is not just financial derivatives, we should have to also understand commodity derivatives is also been there in India. So the first major Commodity Regulation Act, that is Forward Contract Regulation Act, FCRA, governs commodity derivatives in this particular India, and it started to regulate this OTC, over the counter exchanges for this particular want to come back, reduce this particular OTC and bring it everything under a regulated commodity derivative exchange. So we have one particular exchange called MCX, which is widely focused and trading on bullions. Bullions means precious metal, precious metals like gold, silver, copper, all those particular metals are being traded in, mostly traded in MCX. Further, we have NCDEX. So NCDEX is a part of NSE, which is commodity derivatives, which gives more focus on agriculture commodities. So further, we have other stock derivative contracts, but is not widely accepted by Indian people. So these two derivative exchanges are widely been accepted and people have been started to trade in this. Now we'll get into types of derivative contracts. So in the first slide, we saw about the two basic types: forward, futures, swap, options, and exotics. So we are going to discuss in detail about what are all those particular contracts means. A forward contract is a simple customized contract between two parties to buy and sell any particular asset. Here there is an example about this forward contract. Let's say, assume we have a farmer and we have a wholesaler. This particular farmer is interested in cultivating wheat. So he is ready to go and seed his wheat and expecting wheat to be yielded after somewhere near to 2 months. Let's say example, we can consider the yield period of wheat is 2 months. At present, the wheat is traded for 18 rupees per kg. This is also example. Now he don't know what is going to happen in future, so he goes to the wholesaler and exchange that particular wheat. He accepting that he will exchange that particular wheat after 2 months at the rate of 18. The wholesaler is also accepting to buy that particular contract at the price of 18. After 2 months, the particular farmer deliver the product irrespective of the price in the market. He has to supply it at 18 rupees. Irrespective of the price in the market, the wholesaler has to buy it at 18 rupees. That is a contract which they have entered. Here there is no middleman. All the pay, so third party risk is borne by the mutual, both the buyer and seller, that is the farmer and the wholesaler. This is called forward contract. In the upcoming class, we are going to discuss about other types of derivative contracts and how the payoff is going to happen. Thank you all.